Hi, this is Ronnie from songwritingwizard.com, place for you to learn more about songwriting, discover your true creative potential. Isn't that a great thing to do? I want to go over a topic that's kind of annoying, I suppose, to me a little bit. It's something that I've heard a lot over the years, and that's the idea that taking drugs and things and experimenting with drugs and alcohol and stuff like that is going to make you a more creative person, is going to make you a better songwriter or musician. And really, for me, what this is people trying to find a shortcut to becoming more creative, to get in touch with their inner creativity. And it doesn't work, and it doesn't. The reason it doesn't work is because the only way you can get better at each thing you do in life is specifically by working on that thing in such a way that gets you towards the goal of mastering that skill or process or talent. So you cannot, if you want to be good at one thing, do another thing and expect that will make you good at this thing. Now obviously, all your experiences in life will broaden you and make you a more rounded and interesting person and all that kind of thing. But the only thing that's going to improve you as a songwriter or someone that makes music is by writing and making music over and over. So in my mind, if you're away taking drugs, then you're not spending time sitting down, writing music and working on music, listening to music, working out music in your mind. Now, for some people it may be that they have kind of inhibition in themselves and that they're kind of embarrassed about their own creativity or embarrassed about getting in touch with that part of their brain, that part of their emotion or whatever that creates the music. So it might help them, it might be a bit of a gateway, but you don't want to have to rely on anything like that in life. It's not like, if I don't have drugs I can't write music. That would be terrible. You want to be able it to be a free-flowing thing all the time. So you want to be able to create your connection to music sober. The same thing with going on stage. If you go on stage to play music and you're only comfortable if you can drink, if you're drunk or something, then that's a terrible handicap to you, because what if you don't have alcohol or something, or it's like you're relying on a crutch. You want to be able to do it in any state or whatever. So drugs, I've personally not really experimented a lot with drugs in life. I had plenty of friends that went out drinking and taking drugs and stuff like that, and I kind of resisted that because I wanted to work on my music. I wanted to work on myself, improving myself, reading books, my own creativity and stuff like that. And I never really thought people that were taking drugs and things were getting any farther musically or creatively. I just thought it was setting them back because they were getting lazier, because they were relying more on the drugs, spending time, going to get drugs, or taking up like nights and weekends and weeks lost taking drugs and things, when they could have really just been working on their music. And what I found was very unproductive songwriters were often people that were taking drugs and things. They would be playing the same music year after year, never creating anything new. And never expanding and growing as a person, because it's really when you grow as a person that your music changes as well. So I'm not saying that these experiences aren't good experiences, but if you're using it to try and boost your creativity, it's not going to work, because you need the structure, the discipline and everything else to be able to birth something creative into the world. You need to have some kind of foot in the world as well, and discipline, and you need to have a physical guitar and things like that, or a physical object to record it on. You can't just be sitting in this kind of drugged out state with all this amazing stuff going through your mind, and then you kind of get back to reality and you've forgotten all that music. You want to have that connection flowing all the time. You want to work on connecting that connection, and the only way you can do that is through years, decades of working on that, by which I mean writing music over and over and over, thinking about songs, playing other people's songs, learning to play other people's songs, and working out the patterns in the way they did it to really effectively create powerful music that would affect people. And that's kind of what you're trying to do in a weird way, is like manipulate people emotionally almost with your music. Manipulate isn't really the right word, but trying to affect them emotionally and open them up to the kind of message of the music, and entice them into it, and inspire them, and just hit them emotionally, just that emotional hit of, dopamine or whatever from the music you're making. But I would personally stay away from drugs, alcohol even, and just work on your music, work on your songs, improve slowly and gradually, go and play on stage and learn how to play on stage sober without any need for alcohol, and that'll be such an amazing process for you to go through, because it's so nerve-wracking to go up on a stage and play in front of people, especially the first few times you do it. And it's an incredible feeling when you accomplish that, when you actually go up and play well, and you get less and less nervous each time, and you're no longer shaking and stuff like that. So just playing a bit of guitar. So that would be my message to you. And I know that people say, oh, these albums were created on drugs and these people took drugs, but there's the exact same thing on the opposite side, where there's like really terrible albums that people took and made when they were on drugs. And I don't know, being on drugs is kind of like a selfish state in a way. It's like you're just being in your own pleasurable high mindset. You're not really focused on thinking about creating great music for the world, for the people. So what else can I say on it? Drugs, it's time wasted, it's money wasted that you could be spending on other things. You might end up hanging around lots of people in the drug type scenes that are just really unproductive, unmotivated, probably don't even work, don't have a job, sometimes criminal elements, all this kind of thing. I never got into all that scene, I always stayed out of that. And and I continue to work on creativity and songwriting and everything else without drugs. But I've heard a lot of people good stories on mushrooms and things like that. They were more kind of hallucinatory, what's the word? Psychedelic type experiences. But I still feel like that's people looking for a shortcut to their own spirituality, a shortcut to their own connection with their spiritual side. And the only way to get that connection is to work on that connection through meditation and prayer and other things like that. So that's what I want to say. Work on your connection with your own musical self, and do that drug free. If it helps to stimulate you, to start you out, to get over your inhibitions, then maybe that's fine. But you want to be able to create that. You want to get high in life without the need for drugs, and you want to get creative in life without the need for drugs. So I would say just try and give that stuff up, So that's my wrap for today. Visit the website, songwritingwizard.com, and subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with other people, subscribe to my channel for further videos. I've got a lot more to tell you to help you improve as a songwriter. And visit my website, songwritingwizard.com. Thank you. Goodbye.